You know, it's a great day to be here in Ohio for a lot of different reasons. One is I am so thrilled that LeBron James has endorsed me and joined our campaign.
I don't think a lot of people was educated.
It's a deep personal commitment that he has that I share with him. We both believe every single child should have the chance to live up to his or her God-given potential.
And bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallant.
I think it's important to stick up for what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? I think with Cap, I stand with Cap. I kneel with Cap. I mean, I just feel what he was talking about, nobody wanted to listen to. Nobody ever really wanted to actually understand where he was coming from, you know, and, you know, I think that anybody that will sacrifice their livelihood for the better of all of us, you know, I can respect that, and he's done that. I mean, you got a guy who basically lost his job because he wanted to stand for something that was more than just him.
This whole incident blew up because the NBA's Houston Rockets general manager, Daryl Morey, he put out a tweet where he said, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." Okay, well, so China freaked out, all right? Chinese businesses said they were going to pull sponsorships from the NBA. The Chinese government threatened that they were going to not broadcast or stream NBA games and things like that. But then LeBron James, the NBA's chief spokesman, chief player for social justice warrior issues, decided to get into the mix. Rather than just let this die, he spoke out, and here's part of what he said.
You know, when you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about, you know, the tweet itself, you know, you never know the ramifications that can happen.
LeBron. You might want to look in the mirror when you call someone else out for not being educated about a world political issue, especially when the person you call out is an MIT graduate.
I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke.
James not commenting about any political tension in the region, instead focusing on how Morey's comments damaged the NBA's relationship with the country.
So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do.
The backlash immediate, with even U.S. senators weighing in. Republican Ben Sasse of Nebraska tweeting, "You're parroting communist propaganda. China is running torture camps, and you know it." James taking to Twitter later in the day to offer a clarification, saying, "My team in this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or statement can do to others. Could have waited a week to send it." James is no stranger to weighing in on politics. Earlier this month, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Fair Pay to Play Act on James' HBO show The Shop. The four-time MVP also not afraid to take on President Trump.
The number one job in America, the point of person, is someone who doesn't understand the people and really don't give a about the people.
But now it's James under fire for his take on this hot-button issue.
Yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
And what we didn't show is that LeBron says that you guys, you know me, follow my career, you know that normally when I speak on a topic, I'm informed, I'm educated. And that's how I approach it. Okay, he says he's not going to speak on this topic because he hadn't followed it that closely, so he's not informed, he's not educated. So if you're not informed and you're not educated, how do you get to call someone else uninformed, uneducated? Because for you to call someone that, you need to be educated on said topic.
As what he called the substance of it.
Right.
Yes.
For me, and I think where he got the blowback, the thing that separated LeBron James from Michael Jordan is that LeBron James would take a stance.
I agree.
And did not care about the financial impact. And then in this situation, he said it could impact financially, emotionally, physically.
Even which is spiritually. But go ahead.
That's where the pushback came from. They're like, hold on, wait a minute, Brian. You don't think when you took the stance about Trayvon Martin that someone stopped wearing LeBron shoes? You don't think when you got on stage with Hillary Clinton Because if you think everybody that LeBron, you know, there are Republicans and people that like President Trump that bought LeBron James shoes. So anytime you take a stance, it's not going to be popular with everyone. But that didn't bother him. This situation seemed to have bothered him for some reason. We know the reason, Skip. We know that China spends a lot of money with the NBA. 10%, we're reading 10%, and they say the next 10 years it's going to go up to 20%. He mentioned he's gone to China 15, 20 times. Not only him, all the KD, Steph Curry, James Harden, Russ, all these guys are big international. They got over 1 billion people over there. 3 times the population of the U.S. So you can understand the influence that the favor that they curry with the NBA. But I don't like this, Skip. I don't like that. Yeah, anytime you say something, your words have consequences. But Daryl Morey, and I'm not, like I said, I'm, you know, what Daryl said about the democracy and China and Hong Kong, a lot of people don't know, and so I don't want to get into the minutia up underneath this, Skip, but I disagree with LeBron said for this. If you're not informed on a topic and you're not educated on a topic, don't say someone else is uninformed or uneducated because you don't agree with what they said. Just say, hey, that's Daryl's stance. I don't agree with it, and keep it moving.
But I get the fear, because every time you do speak out, and now we got Popovich, Steve Kerr speaking out against the president, well, is it messing with the NBA's money? Have some sponsors gotten a little queasy about that?
Right.
Maybe. Okay. So there are
fans.
Okay, some fans.
I mean,
some fans. Some.
I mean, everybody that goes to San Antonio games are not liberal or independent or Democrats. Or everybody that lives in California.
It's a pretty conservative area.
In Texas, you think they normally vote red. In California, don't think just because you live in California, everything is blue. Because it's not.
It's not.
Yes.
Okay, it's not. So, yet in the end, it's ironic again that I appreciate LeBron's just trying to mend a fence here for everybody's sake. And I'm not sure it's going to be successful because LeBron can be very outspoken.
Yes.
And sometimes I think he messes with his own money because he takes some stands that some people are not going to like, who are not going to buy his shoes or his products that he endorses.
And
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. You live and work in a state in which the majority of voters voted for the current president, many of whom probably had valid reasons beyond his Twitter account or his social graces. How do you reconcile having called that choice a mistake, that many of those people are also Cavaliers fans?
At the end of the day, like I said, you can, I don't think a lot of people was educated.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter.
And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have when it becomes vote time, that people are just not educated. They make choices and say things that's uneducated.
I feel like I talked about it yesterday. I tweeted out a couple of responses to people not understanding, you know, my knowledge of where it came from my brain and for me learning from the situation. I'm talking about it now, and I probably won't talk about it again. We're not politicians. I think it's a huge political thing.
We have to get out and make sure we vote. We have to get out and be knowledgeable about what's going on, about what we see that our future entails, and this woman right here has the brightest future for our world.
We're not politicians.
Morning, Charlie. LeBron James has never been one to shy away from commenting on social issues, especially racism. And with this latest incident impacting James directly, it comes as no surprise that he addressed the issue head on, reminding us that even he doesn't feel equal in America.
Not politicians. I think it's a huge political thing. But we are leaders, and we can step up at times. But there's times where I'm not saying in this particular instance, but you know, if you don't feel like you should speak upon things, you shouldn't have to.
How would you like to suck my balls?